We are back.
Yeah, that was a little bit better than the last one.
Indeed.
How you been there, buddy?
Just another day.
Yeah? You want to tell the good people out there in Radio Land where to find us?
Yeah. Basically anywhere at Wicked Paranormal Team.
Boing.
That's pretty much, especially on YouTube. That's our main hub. Of course, Dead Time Stories is the podcast on Wicked Paranormal Team. That's
it's Dead Time Stories on all your streaming platforms for if you want to find these episodes specifically.
Yeah.
wickedparanormalteam.printify.me. You'll see it, the advertisement at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it's for our merch.
There'll be a QR code that you can scan to help support the homies in trying to investigate more and more haunted bullshit.
Yeah, because we don't monetize this, so we don't.
No, not yet.
This is right now. It's just for shits and giggles.
Yep.
So you know what I mean.
Yep.
Whatever support you want to help us with,
for sharts and nipples, dude.
Much obliged. If you want to help.
That's a new one. I made that one up just now.
If you want to help support your boys here.
Sharts and nipples.
But
shits and nips.
Let's see. Today's or even number.
Even number. Well, I got some a couple of current events I'd like to hit us with at the top of the show, if that's all right.
Yeah. This will be season 2, episode 14.
14, dude. Episode 14.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 14.
I mean, 6 more episodes until Darwin Awards again.
Darwin, I win, you win, Darwin.
We made this do a whole season where it's just Darwin.
Oh shit, Darwin Duck, dude. What was the secret code for the robot? How did he turn into the robot with the wheel?
Let us know, viewers, if you want us to do a whole season of just Darwin.
Let us know down in the comments.
I mean season as in like we're going to do 20 episodes per season. So if you want
Darwin Awards.
If you want just Darwin Awards, please comment below or let us know, hey, we want Darwin, and we will provide.
Yes. All right, so I don't know if this is like new news. I mean, it's probably not, but I recently learned that twice in antiquity, the tomb of King Tutankhamun in Egypt had been looted before the excavation in the 20s. So that means
snap,
that the King Tut curse is fucking bullshit. All right, that other people have been in there. We ain't got no record of how they died or anything, but them motherfuckers was not the first ones in there.
Yeah, I think
they didn't break the seal, dude.
I think a lot of the curse,
people just didn't live to be past like 35 in the 30s.
Well, some of that, like sometimes if they open up a seal, it lets out a bunch of dead air and it could kill you.
Yeah, but these are like a bunch of these guys died later on from like quote unquote mysterious circumstances. And mysterious circumstances is nobody had good hygiene back then.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing I'd like to bring up is something that's been going. I mean, it's somewhat political, but it's kind of not. The Right to Repair Act, something they've been trying to push through Congress, and it's pretty much where like all these car manufacturers and shit are gatekeeping like software and whatnot, and like making it where you have to have these super ultra specialty tools.
It's like especially Tesla and stuff.
Yeah, like and voiding warranties for changing a battery. There was one car that you needed the dealer past login and shit to get into it just to change the battery in the car, and it wasn't like an electric car. It was a Volkswagen. It was just a regular 12 volt 15 or 590 cold cranking amp battery.
Especially now you got all this AI shit where it's like
your car's learning about you.
What are you doing, Dave?
Yeah. Good morning, Dave.
Don't do that, Dave.
And yeah, so I just want to say I fully support the right to work on shit. I'm a mechanic by trade. I work on mostly equipment, but like you should be allowed to work on your own shit. I don't understand why it's so
that's why I
taboo.
Like old Betsy out here, my old 2001 Ford Ranger.
Yeah, we've replaced just about everything on the motherfucker.
But that's the thing though, if something goes wrong, you just fucking need to fix it.
Yeah, you just fix it. Yeah.
You gotta dig through, 10 computers just to get to something.
Last but not least, the last thing I would like to bring up is I recently heard astrology referred to as space racism, and I will from now on be using that term to describe astrology, because
space racism.
I can't fuck with you because you're a Sagittarius. I mean, that's just hating somebody because it's something they have no control over. So
Yeah.
You know, that's what that is. It's space racism.
Yeah.
So don't be a spacist.
It happens. You know.
All right. I'm done. That's my mini rant at the top of the episode. Sean, what did you bring for us today?
Well, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put it in right here. There's a little video I want you to watch, and it's just like I think sci-fi.
There'll be a link.
I think sci-fi is trying to cover this shit up. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with the paranormal news here lately, for any paranormal fans out there, but the TAPS team has hid some shit. So I'm just going to show you this video, little clips of it right here.
They have tapped out, if you will.
Yeah. Apparently there's been a death on set, and one of the guys was possessed.
He was unalived by the unalive.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and show you right here.
Ghost Hunters in 2004. The show pioneered modern paranormal television and ran successfully for 11 seasons, then suddenly canceled in 2016. Official reason: creative differences. But fans never believed it. Something happened that sci-fi buried. One investigation went catastrophically wrong. Footage was banned from ever airing, until last week when Grant Wilson leaked it. Subscribe, because what's on that footage will shock you. A crew member's death caught on camera. Genuine possession documented. The investigation that ended Ghost Hunters forever. Marcus Reynolds died on August 23, 2016 during filming. Sci-fi covered it up. His family was silenced. The show was canceled to bury the truth. But Grant just released 9 minutes of footage showing exactly what happened, and it's darker than anyone thought. The banned episode was Season 11, Episode 13, filmed in August 2016. The episode was titled The Warren House and documented an investigation at a private residence in rural Pennsylvania. It was scheduled as the season finale but was pulled 3 days before the air date and never aired. The investigation involved a historic home where a family was experiencing extreme paranormal activity, including physical attacks on their children. A demonic presence was suspected. TAPS was brought in as a last resort after a priest's attempted exorcism had made the activity worse. The family was desperate for help, and the Ghost Hunters team believed their 11 seasons of experience had prepared them for anything. They were tragically wrong. During the investigation's second night, everything went catastrophically wrong. A camera operator named Marcus Reynolds, 34 years old and an experienced crew member who had worked on Ghost Hunters for 6 years, was filming routine footage in the basement alone. This was standard protocol for solo investigations. Then he screamed, not acted fear, but genuine terror. The team rushed to the basement and found Marcus unconscious and not breathing. CPR was performed immediately and 911 was called. The ambulance arrived 18 minutes later due to the rural location being far from the hospital. Marcus never regained consciousness. He was pronounced dead at the hospital at 2:47 a.m. on August 23, 2016. The cause of death was cardiac arrest, but Marcus was healthy with no medical history. He was only 34 years old. Medical examiners were baffled. Marcus's camera was still recording during his final moments. Everything was documented on film. What he saw before dying, his physical reaction, the possession that occurred, all captured in disturbing detail. The footage was too graphic and disturbing to air on television. Sci-Fi's response was immediate. Production was shut down completely. The episode was canceled. An internal investigation was launched. The legal team was activated. The insurance company got involved. OSHA was notified. The crew was sent home. Marcus's family was devastated and left without answers. The legal nightmare was massive. Wrongful death concerns arose immediately. Marcus's family could potentially sue for dangerous working conditions. The network was potentially liable for millions. The production company was exposed. The insurance company denied coverage, invoking their paranormal activity exclusion clause. Potential damages could reach tens of millions of dollars. Network executives held emergency meetings and made a decision. The episode will never air. All footage must be destroyed. NDA, everyone immediately. They needed to protect the brand, protect from lawsuits, bury all evidence, and pretend the incident never happened. The entire show was canceled because the liability was too great. Continuing Ghost Hunters after a crew member's death would invite public questions. Insurance wouldn't cover future investigations. The crew was traumatized. Jason Hawes was devastated by guilt. They couldn't investigate the same way anymore. It was better to end the show completely than risk another tragedy. The official narrative became, the show ran its course. Time to move on after 11 successful seasons, ending on a high note. There was no mention of Marcus's death, no mention of the band episode. Marcus's family was paid a settlement that included a strict NDA preventing them from discussing how he died, where he died, or during what production. Every crew member was forced to sign NDAs, Jason, Steve, Tango, all production staff, and Marcus's family. All were legally bound never to discuss the incident, never to mention Marcus's name, and never to reveal that footage existed. Grant Wilson held a unique position. He had left the show 6 years before the incident and wasn't present for the investigation, so he wasn't bound by any NDAs. However, Jason told him everything off the record, friend to friend. Grant kept the secret for years to protect Jason. The footage appeared online 1 week ago through an anonymous upload to multiple platforms simultaneously. 9 minutes of raw footage from Marcus's camera went immediately viral with millions of views within hours. Sci-Fi is attempting to remove it everywhere through copyright strikes, but it's spreading too fast to contain. The opening sequence shows Marcus in the basement alone, setting up his night vision camera and providing casual commentary. Basement is pretty creepy down here. It's standard Ghost Hunters footage with nothing unusual yet, just routine investigation with no warning of the horror to come. At the 1 minute mark, the first anomaly occurs. Temperature drops become visible as Marcus's breath suddenly shows in the camera frame. "Whoa, it just got really cold," he says. The camera picks up frost forming rapidly on the walls and ceiling within seconds, not gradually. Marcus notices but continues filming professionally. During an EVP session at 2 minutes, Marcus asks, "Is anyone here with me?" A response comes immediately. A deep male voice that is clearly not Marcus saying, "Get out." Marcus is startled but continues the investigation. The escalation begins at 3 minutes. Objects start moving on their own. A chair slides across the floor with no one touching it. Shelves shake violently and items fall. Marcus backs away saying, "Okay, this is getting really intense," but still maintains professionalism and keeps filming. At 4 minutes, the attack begins. Marcus is suddenly grabbed by an invisible force and pulled backwards violently, then slammed into the wall. His camera falls and captures everything sideways. Marcus is visible in the frame on the ground, struggling as something invisible holds him down. The possession occurs from 5 to 7 minutes. Marcus's body convulses, not like a seizure, but something else entirely. His face contorts unnaturally. His voice changes completely and he begins speaking in a different language later identified as Latin. His eyes roll back and it's clear that Marcus is no longer in control of his own body. The entity speaks through Marcus's mouth from 7 to 8 minutes. The voice is deep and inhuman, saying, "This one is mine," and laughing while taunting whoever might be watching. Marcus's body moves in ways that are physically wrong, with bones cracking audibly. The final moments from 8 to 9 minutes show Marcus suddenly becoming still in complete silence. Then he begins gasping, trying desperately to breathe but cannot. His hand reaches toward the camera, scratching at his own throat. Then he collapses completely. The discovery happens as footsteps are heard on the stairs. The team arrives yelling, "Marcus! Marcus!" The camera shows Jason Hawes entering the frame and finding Marcus unconscious. "Call 911 now!" Jason begins CPR immediately as the footage ends abruptly. Jason Hawes was the first to reach Marcus in the basement. He immediately began performing CPR with his training kicking in automatically, but Marcus wasn't responding. Jason's voice is captured on camera saying, "Come on, buddy, breathe," with desperation breaking through his professional veneer. He rode in the ambulance to the hospital and was there when Marcus was pronounced dead. Jason had to make the phone call to Marcus's wife, Sarah, which he later described as the worst moment of his life. "I brought him there," Jason said, consumed by survivor's guilt. He couldn't eat for days and still has nightmares about that night. Steve Gonsalves also rushed to the basement and witnessed the CPR attempts. He called 911 and stayed calm during the emergency but broke down completely afterward. "Marcus was my friend," Steve said. The experience made him question everything about what they were really doing investigating the paranormal. Dave Tango, the youngest team member, had never witnessed death before. He was completely shaken, saying this was supposed to be safe. He left paranormal investigation entirely for several years. unable to process what happened. The experience changed him permanently. Multiple camera crew members quit immediately after the incident. Not worth dying for, they said. Some needed professional therapy for PTSD symptoms. They couldn't watch the footage and couldn't continue filming paranormal investigations. Word spread quietly through the industry about what really happened. Marcus Reynolds' family was devastated. His wife Sarah and 2 young children couldn't understand how a healthy 34-year-old man suddenly died. The autopsy showed cardiac arrest, but there was no underlying medical condition. The medical examiner was baffled by the case. Sci-Fi paid the family an undisclosed settlement reportedly exceeding $2 million, but it came with a strict NDA. The family couldn't speak publicly about how Marcus died, where it happened, or during what show production. Their silence was bought. The funeral was attended by the entire Ghost Hunters team in a private ceremony. They couldn't explain to others how Marcus really died, using only the generic explanation, accident on set, while everyone present knew the horrifying truth, but was unable to speak it. Sarah Reynolds, Marcus's wife, spoke for the first time, breaking her own NDA. "My husband died. People deserve to know why. I'm not ashamed anymore. I thank whoever leaked this footage." It was a powerful statement that changed the narrative completely. Public reaction has been massive. The paranormal community calls it the most disturbing footage ever captured that proves the paranormal can kill. Skeptics claim it's fake, but medical records exist. The death certificate is public, and Marcus Reynolds really died. The footage shows exactly how. The Warren house was built in 1887 in rural Pennsylvania by the Warren family. 7 children lived in the home, but 4 died there under suspicious circumstances. A 7-year-old daughter fell downstairs in 1892. A 5-year-old son drowned in the well in 1895. A 12-year-old daughter died of wasting illness in 1901, and a 9-year-old son was attacked by wild animal in 1903. The parents lived to old age but died elsewhere, leaving the house to their eldest son. The 20th century brought more tragedies. In 1923, a new owner committed suicide in the basement. In 1947, a husband murdered his wife in the same basement. A house fire in 1968 killed 1 person. In 1989, the previous owner was found dead with no clear cause. The house remained empty until 2013 when the current family moved in. The young couple with 2 children bought the house cheaply, knowing its dark history. They thought they could handle it. Activity started immediately with children reporting invisible friends that quickly turned malevolent. Physical attacks followed, leaving the family desperate for help. Previous paranormal investigation teams had tried investigating, but all left quickly. Equipment failures plagued every attempt. Team members became ill. One investigator was hospitalized and diagnosed with psychosis after spending just 1 night in the house. A Catholic priest was contacted to perform a blessing, but the activity intensified dramatically. He returned for a formal exorcism, but the ritual was interrupted when the priest was physically thrown across the room, breaking his arm. He refused to ever return to the property. Taps took the case because the family had nowhere else to turn. Ghost Hunters had built a reputation over 11 seasons and hundreds of investigations. They had never lost anyone and believed their experience had prepared them for anything. They were tragically wrong. They should have listened to the warnings from locals who said, "That house wants blood and takes one every generation." The basement was the epicenter of all activity. 2 murders were committed there, a suicide occurred there, and residual energy or intelligent haunting or demonic presence created a perfect storm of evil. Marcus Reynolds became the latest victim of the Warren house curse. Multiple forensic video analysts examined the footage frame by frame, searching for CGI or editing. No evidence of tampering was found. Timestamps verified as authentic, metadata checked out, and camera angles remained consistent throughout. Expert consensus: footage is genuine and unmanipulated.
And all right, we're back. How'd you guys like that?
That shit crazy, huh?
That was fucking wild.
Like, dude was like straight up possessed.
Possessed.
Yeah.
Now, for all of you audio only listeners out there, I just want to let y'all know that the video that was uploaded, in case you fast forwarded through it, did have a good audio description throughout, so you will be able to get that. We probably should have said that before, but
well, the video that is shown
Whoopsie
is
daisy.
also mostly AI generated because the actual footage itself, like I said, Sci-Fi has wiped the internet of it. So, because they got all these class action lawsuits going on right now, so the only kind of like closest they can get would be like some AI editing of what the video was seen. But it's literally like 8-9 minutes of this dude being possessed, and that's the reason why they shut the TAPS team down, literally. So all these fans now are like, oh, that's why they just came to an abrupt stop and they no longer filmed anymore. Because dude literally died on set.
Yep.
From a heart attack at the age of 34, wasn't he? I think he was like 34.
Bacon.
But yeah,
Or some bacon.
crazy shit, people.
You can be a
Which
big
brings
big
me into our first subject here. There's I did some research similar to what you guys just witnessed or heard. Today, for season 2, episode 14, I'm going to bring you the story of, hang on a sec. It's called the Dagg Poltergeist.
Dagg.
Dagg.
You like Dags? Sure, I like Dags. I like caravans more. Sorry, little snatch
It
reference.
happened. It's called the 1889 Dagg Poltergeist case. Now, this actually happened before the Bell Witch, so this is really old. So this act, I mean, even on top of that, this makes the Bell Witch case look like a cupcake camp.
So this is pre-B-dubs.
Yeah, this right here,
Bell Witch.
yeah, this is pre-Bell Witch. And Smurl haunting and all that. This is like this is 1889.
Smurl.
Okay.
Smurl had to die. Na, 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 na.
It actually happened up
That's all I can sing without getting the rights for it.
It actually happens up in Canada.
Eh?
Let me see here. Let me find my.
What are you haunting about?
Yeah, it was up in Victoria,
Yeah.
near Omemee.
Omemee?
Yeah, Moemee in Victoria.
Moemee?
The year was 1889. It was a rural agricultural community, sparse winters, population density, limited telegraph and print reach. So these people, you gotta remember, 1889, they're out in the middle of sticks. Like, you ain't gonna see your neighbor for a while. Okay. It was also a Methodist country, Protestants, practical, suspicious, you know what I mean? Which makes what follows even more difficult to, put to words, because, like, these guys are, like, super, super duper skeptics. Okay.
Yeah, they don't believe in shit but the Lord.
Yeah.
And even then, they more use it as a weapon to punish everybody instead of actually believing.
They just believe in sweet baby Jesus. Let's see here. Now, it's documented in the late 19th century in the Canadian newspapers as objects thrown inside the Dagg home, knives flying, stones appearing indoors, furniture movement, activity clustering around young daughter. There is no authenticated 1889 primary sources describing it, though. A lot of it's from hearsay because it's so old.
Time out. I'm sorry. Knives?
Yeah, there's apparently knives that just lift up and all of a sudden they just get like thrown across the room and stick into the wall.
And then just random rocks showing up inside? Like, how big are these rocks?
About, like a good like size of like probably like a tennis ball. But what's crazy is there's also been reports of the rocks being thrown through the windows, but from the inside out. It makes it even crazier. This place also caught fire in 3 different areas at the same time.
No electricity.
No electricity.
So it's not like a short or anything.
No.
It was just like
there was like a fire out in the barn. There was a fire out in the front yard, and there was like a fire out in the field or some shit. They all spontaneously happened at the same time.
It could have been Bigfoot.
Weird shit. Okay.
It could have been Bigfoot.
There's also a visible entity that kept changing shape. It was like a shadow bastard.
Yeah, that's not Bigfoot.
It also spoke in Latin, and it also even mocked clergy. So anytime there was like priests and stuff would come and try to cleanse the house,
they'd be like, "I'm an idiot. You're an idiot."
Yeah, pretty much. It would mock them and stuff, man.
Damn, dude.
Praise Satan. Fuck you, Christians.
Don't clip
that. It was all documented
too. in the Victoria County Gazette, February 2nd, 1889. This is how the newspaper.
Oh man, we passed the anniversary of that not long ago, and it was on Groundhog's Day too.
Yeah, February 2nd, 1889. They wrote in the Victoria County Gazette, the most singular disturbance has overtaken the residence of Mr. William Dagg near Omimi.
Dag nabbit.
Stones have been cast about the dwelling without apparent agency. Articles of iron have been observed to move from their place. Several neighbors assist to the occurrences and declare themselves unable to assign a natural cause.
Articles of iron is interesting.
Yeah, apparently
Because,
irons, of course I'll show some pictures here, like old school irons that you would actually have to heat up
Yeah.
in a fire or something.
Yeah, cast iron.
They're heavy as fuck, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
These things would pick up and levitate and then get thrown.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing is because like a lot of the stuff I've seen, I don't necessarily know because I've not ever experimented with this myself, but usually iron or some form of that is hurtful to spirits.
Yeah.
Like that. Like iron and
Yeah,
steel
they
and
don't like
certain
it.
metals. Yeah, they don't like it.
Like, get the shit out of my face.
It like disrupts their vibrations or something,
Yeah.
you know. So them actually moving an iron, like a
thick
tool called an iron,
Yeah, for ironing clothes and shit.
is very interesting. It's very interesting.
The Toronto World newspaper in February 11th of 1889 said at the farmhouse of Mr. Dagg, a perplexing manifestation continues. Knives are reported to have quitted their resting places and lodged themselves against walls. The family, respectably a sober in character, insists that no trickery is involved, end quote.
These ain't the type of folk to fuck around.
This is like newspaper clippings of this going on.
Dang.
Now remember, this is before the Bell Witch took place, so like this kind of thing wasn't really, especially in a town like this, where they're super skeptical. You know,
I mean, it's also the 1800s.
it's also
too,
another one, the Regional Church Circular. This is a church paper, February 18th, 1889. It says, quote, "It is advised that the faithful refrain from sensational curiosity and that prayer be offered in private rather than public agitation. There is no evidence of spiritual visitation beyond mischief of mortal origin," end quote. So they're basically like, we don't know what the hell's there, but it's something.
Please pray.
There's
Please
oogly
pray for
booglies.
us.
Please pray for us.
And make sure you do it in your home, too. Don't even do that shit in public.
Yeah. Now, note the language that these are wrote in. They're very careful, reserved, they're avoiding any kind of theological claims. There's no demons mentioned. There's no shape-shifting, nothing like that. Just manifestation and disturbances. Okay? It's pretty crazy how they, you know what I mean? Now, what gets escalated is, based on the Crawford's reference of 19th century reporting, January of 1889, stones were thrown indoors. Windows struck from inside. Crockery displaced, like pots and shit were just like thrown around and shit. Kitchen knives flew from the walls.
Spooky ooky.
Flat irons lifted or slid across tables. Furniture shifted inches. Okay.
I've done that, but usually I had a partner.
There's a young adolescent daughter. Activity was strongest in her presence. It ceased or diminished when she left the home or left an area of the house. It would like die down.
Maybe she was a witch and just didn't know how to control it.
Either that or she had some type of attachment. They also claimed that perhaps that she was just psychically attuned, and it could just be her putting off these psychic vibes.
Her key just like is in that wavelength.
Because she was like in the adolescent stage where she was like prepubescent, but like she was like becoming an adult, so it could be like amped up.
All the hormones
even more.
be hormoning.
Yeah, her hormones are like hormoning. So she could be like, you know, going super mutant, and it could be like her causing these things.
Super mutant.
They're really not sure. They thought it was that at first, and then all of a sudden it started manifesting into like a shadow bastard that would change shape and also speak in Latin into them and shit. Yeah. That's when shit started hitting the fan. That's when they called in priests and stuff.
I think the first shit that started happening was her shit, just like everything reacting to her. But what happened is that it called something else to the house, and it was only really able to affect this plane because of her amplification. I feel like that would be a legitimate theory.
Yeah.
I like that.
The witnesses were neighbors, local constables, clergy, like even fathers and stuff, witnesses, and
Hey, I'm a
journalists.
father.
All, like, I mean, you know,
Yeah, I
priests
get
and
it. I
stuff.
get it. I'm sorry. I'm being a dumbass. My bad. I'll shut the fuck up.
But there was a visible apparition that spoke Latin and had physical transformation of a spirit. It's crazy. In the early 20th century, oral tellings of this began to expand the story. They say that this thing used to mock and laughter. It would speak in foreign tongues.
Even fiving.
Yeah. And
sorry, that was a terrible joke.
the clergy allegedly challenged it. You know, I mean, they tried to challenge this unseen voice.
I dare you, challenge him and make sure your people is there to see it. They challenge him to basketball like Prince.
Yeah, this unseen voice would utter fragmented
Nothing.
Latin phrases.
Nothing. Sorry.
Sorry, I missed your joke. I was
It's okay. It's okay.
I was looking at my notes. The voice it used to mock them in prayer, like in Latin. It'd speak to them in Latin. They'd have this voice disappear out of nowhere, and it was in Latin, and it would start mocking them in prayer. Like they would start praying, you know what I mean? And then it'd mock them back. Crazy shit, dude. Like that's some heavy duty before even the Bell Witch was even thought of yet. Let's see here. It would say stuff like, let's see here, nolite credere, which is do not believe, non sum mortius, which is I am not dead. It would say crazy shit. The shape-shifting, it was like a shifting mist of shadow. Sometimes it would resemble animals or distorted human outlines. Let's see. It was purely kinetic, so like if you try to get close to it, it would shift and move or like absorb into like the wall or something, and then pop up like over here. It would like
Damn.
It was like a blob. Like it would stand in like in the corner or some shit as a human, but as you get closer to it, it would morph into a blob and like disappear and shit.
It's like that old insurance commercial with the guy with the fishing pole. Oh, almost got it. Oh, that's a close one.
Oh my god. Let's see here. Yeah, this is pretty crazy ass shit. Trying to move on to
Not to be confused with ugly ass shit. Or ugly crazy ass shit. This is pretty crazy ass shit.
Now, going back to the thesis of them talking.
Oh, yeah. Bomb. Please continue. Sorry.
Going back to the thesis of them talking about maybe it was her. It was they call it spontaneous psychokinesis.
Okay.
It's also ASPK.
ASPK.
That's when like the unconscious. It's when your unconscious mind it discharges kinetic energy.
Mm-hmm.
It also is linked to pubescent stress. No conscious fraud required, but it's not really measurable. So it just kind of like it could all come at once, or it can come in these little spurts and stuff.
Damn. So it's like a psychic brain period because it's like an involuntary discharge.
Yeah, but
from an organ.
What they tried to figure out mostly, especially with the clergy, is when they called in and all of a sudden they would have this voice of Latin just pop up.
Yeah.
That wasn't her. That was the most compelling.
Creepy.
That was the most compelling is when they started hearing the Latin being spoken, and there's no one in the room, let alone anybody who knows how to speak the Latin except.
So how do they know it's Latin?
Well, they're clergy. They know how to speak Latin.
Well, you just said that nobody knew how to speak it. Though.
Well, I mean, as far as the family goes, they knew it wasn't a family speaking Latin.
Okay. Okay. My bad. I misunderstood.
Yeah, the clergy all spoke Latin, but they knew
that nobody in the house did. Like that girl didn't know how to.
Yeah, they knew that they didn't know how to speak Latin. So it was like, who the fuck's speaking Latin?
A little bit of boop boop.
But
a little bit of pee pee.
Yeah, it'd be crazy though. Just to think like.
Excuse me, I burped.
Just to think like you're sitting there like with oil lamps flickering. the wind presses up against the boards of the house. You see your daughter trembling over there, and all of a sudden,
I'm scared.
a knife lifts up, and it's just like shing, and it sticks into the freaking wood next to you, like inches from your head.
Check, please.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
No voice.
I'm moving.
There's no voice, no demon, just motion. And sometimes that's even more disturbing than what you would think. You know what I mean? Like shit like that happening with no explanation. Crazy shit, though. But yeah, that's what I brought today. Was the 1889 Dagg Poltergeist.
Dagg, dude, that's a pretty good one.
I know, Dagg.
That's yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't prove it or disprove it, so I'm kind of agnostic on it. But that is pretty crazy.
I think it's
The Latin thing kind of is crazy. Yeah, dude,
I mean,
that was that's pretty crazy. The Dagg Poltergeist. Where did this take place? Victoria, Canada.
Yeah.
Somewhere up yonder in the wild blue
Mimi.
white wander.
Mimi.
Oh, Mimi. Oh my, Victoria, with the haunted poltergeist.
In 1889, the year of our Lord.
Yes, somebody's. All right, so I guess that means it's my turn.
Yeah. What'd you bring today?
Well, first thing is first. The hat. The hat. Went off. Alright.
Shit.
The tinfoil hat
is
on.
Oh, snap. Let me get mine out.
The tinfoil hat is on.
Let me get mine out here. I made
This is a theory I've been cooking up, and it holds up, bro.
I made a tinfoil toupee.
Yeah, dude. The old TT. Haha, tinfoil toupee. Actually, hold on. Why don't you pull your headphones over the front and then put your headphones on that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Cindy Lou Who. And Peter.
All right, so it's tinfoil hat time.
Tinfoil hat time. All right, I don't know if you know who Mr. Andrew Sitchin is. I believe that's his first name. Zachariah Sitchin. I was way the fuck off. My bad. I forgot to write down his first name.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
He had this theory about the Anunnaki, right?
Oh, yeah.
So his theory that was the Anunnaki were an advanced humanoid extraterrestrial species from the undiscovered planet Nibiru. They came to Earth around 500,000 years ago and constructed a base of operations in order to mine gold after discovering that the Earth was rich in gold.
Yeah, not to cut you off here, but that ties into our last episode. The Anunnaki, I heard, are the ones that bred with humans.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
what caused
I'll get to that. I'll get
giants.
to that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll get to that. Because there's a couple of translations of the word.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
basically the theory is that they needed the gold for their atmosphere because their atmosphere was their ozone layer was dissolving. Now, this is something that has actually been brought up here on this earth in reality.
Yeah.
By scientists and whatnot to try to patch our ozone layer with the gold particles. I don't. They're a good conductor and they do a lot of stuff.
Oh hell yeah, we use that in space.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of satellites are so fucking expensive because they require a lot of gold.
It's very not as uncommon as they make it out to be either. Yeah. Same as diamonds, but that's a tinfoil hat day for another day. Anyway, that I also feel like is part of the human for shiny shit, ooh, shiny,
piece of candy.
Yeah, ooh, a piece of gold. Anyway, so according to Sitchin, the Anunnaki hybridized their species and Homo erectus, which is our early Homo sapien ancestors, at first via in vitro. So they were messing with our psyches and our consciousness. They were pretty much just breeding slaves test tube slaves at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Like they weren't carrying us or anything. Like we were pretty much test tube slaves.
It's kind of like in the movie Aliens, where you got the engineers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they were they were engineering us. So, now the Nephilim are, the way I read it, are the Anunnaki's like parents, like their upper management board of trustees, and the Anunnaki is like middle management, that kind of thing, you know, branch managers and shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
So when Nibiru
kind of
was
like the middleman type.
When Nibiru was leaving our orbit, while they were gone, the Great Flood happened.
Yeah.
Right? And now everybody knows that every single ancient civilization has a story of a Great Flood.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
Did Noah fill that fucking boat full of 2 of everything?
That's why we don't have dragons.
Doubtful. Dragons can fly though, dog.
Well, that's what it wasn't on the boat. That's why they don't have unicorns neither.
Anyway, yeah. That's why they don't have dinosaurs. There wasn't enough room.
Yeah.
But they got giraffes and a fucking duck-billed platypus.
Yeah.
So, which is just like a bunch of spare parts that God was like,
Yeah.
and you will lay eggs but still be a mammal. Duck-billed platypus.
They got koala bears. They're like the most useless animal.
You know, koala bears have like bad herpes.
Yeah, and they stay stoned all the time.
Like super hardcore STDs. That's why they stay stoned all the time, because they're just all dying because they're riddled with fucking STDs, because all they do is fucking eat, get stoned. That's it. Koala's the life to be, dog.
They're like the old
Live
rock
fast,
stars.
die young, leave a good looking corpse.
They're all just rock stars.
Yeah, dude. Taxidermy is just another kid's teddy bear.
Yeah.
So during this great flood, the Anunnaki are stuck here with their slaves, and they start to feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Right? So they end up starting to give some of them some consciousness.
Yeah.
And then they end up kind of falling in love with some of them, because, you know, that's just how that shit goes.
Oh,
I guess.
yeah.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
when the Nephilim come back
Hey, Thomas Jefferson.
after the Great Flood, they were fucking pissed. They were like, yo, Anunnaki, you do not need to be fucking these slaves. Because, like, they're, like, mating together at this point.
Yeah.
And the Nephilim were like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
So, and, like, there's things that kind of show some stuff here. Our brain size as humans, as Homo sapiens, this is after Homo erectus, this is Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Our brain size nearly doubled in just 100,000 years. A process that typically takes millions of years of evolution to achieve.
But you had the engineers in here, though.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, I really think we were selectively bred like dogs.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, I do. Like, and that's why we have different races of people. But eventually, we're all just going to be fucking gray alien looking motherfuckers anyway. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, now there's other theories about this. Like, I'm sure the use of fire and you having fire to cook meat and eat meat and protein and that kind of stuff helped.
Yeah.
But there's no way I could have done it to this level. Now, there's other theories about the expanse of the human consciousness, like the stoned ape theory. I don't know if you've ever heard of the stoned ape theory. Pretty much it just says that Homo erectus ate a bunch of fucking hallucinogens and it just expanded their consciousness and intellect.
Oh.
But we're not diving into that theory today. We're not getting off in the weeds in that one, because that's another tinfoil hat for another tinfoil day. Anyway, so Nephilim are pissed. They say, you know what? You like the fucking humans that you've created so much.
Oh.
You get to be their pet. And I think that the Anunnaki... Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I forgot about the breakdown of the thing. The word Nephilim in the Bible breaks down, not from giants, but fall down come down or descend.
Oh,
So
damn. So it's like,
Yeah. So it's not necessarily giants, but it's like big to small, kind of, you know?
Interesting.
All right. Anyway, so the Anunnaki, I think, were turned by the Nephilim, because obviously they had DNA writing bullshit. You know, they could manipulate us on a genetic level. And the Nephilim, obviously, as the overlords, they definitely had this technology.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, damn.
I think that the Nephilim, as punishment, turned the Anunnaki into what we now know as the common house cat. And now let me give you a couple little nuggets on that. Let's break down that just a little bit. House cats. They're our companions, but we're still their slaves. All right, we have to clean their bathrooms, feed them, water them, groom them.
Yep.
I mean, they mostly groom themselves.
It makes sense.
But at the same time, like, they come to us and they're like, hey, feed me. You know, my fat cat, you can hear him in the morning.
Yeah.
When I walk out of my bedroom door, there's 3 fucking cats waiting on me, and just sitting there like, yo, motherfucker, it's time to feed us.
Not to mention, be a day late and not clean that damn litter box out and see what happens.
Yeah. Trust me, I got boards that need to be replaced.
They're going to let you know. They're going to shit right there in your doorwell.
All right.
And you're going to step in it.
Dogs, canines,
Yeah.
there's records going back as far as written history about the domestication of wolves to dogs.
Yeah.
Wolves companioning themselves to humans, humans catching them, getting them as puppies, breeding them, selective breeding. The bloodlines are clearly there all the way back to wolves. It's very apparent.
He's man's best friend. Also used for hunting and gathering.
Yeah, you know, so like the breeding of wolves to what we have now is dogs, even doodles.
But cats,
there's no history of where they came from. They just showed up sometime in like ancient Mesopotamia.
It was really where
they just appeared.
You think about it, Cleopatra had a shit ton of cats.
Yeah, no, cats were a problem at one point. That's why some cultures fucking eat them, because what else are you going to do? If you're going to kill them and have the corpse, you might as well save keep the food to feed the poor.
The Egyptians believed that they were keepers of the dead and they could see spirits. Yeah. That's why Cleopatra had so many of them, because she was like always freaked out that she was being haunted and stuff.
Well, I mean, that also goes back to like the fucking Anunnaki being fucking cats.
Yeah.
Now, also, you think about this: the cat's DNA closest relative is the African lion, but that is only by a handful of percent.
Yeah,
it's like less than 20% of a household cat's DNA matches up with a common lion, and then cats are the only feline with a slitted pupil.
Yeah.
Which is not a trait of any other creature except a fucking reptile.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Yeah.
So Anunnaki lizard people turned into fucking household cats for punishment?
It makes sense.
Tinfoil hat time, dude.
Even lions have round eyes. Cheetahs have round eyes. Hell, even your freaking mountain lions have round eyes.
So, in closing my argument here, could the Anunnaki have been lizard people turned to forever be tiny little balls of purr and chaos?
Yeah, as punishment.
This is my theory on what happened to the Anunnaki, and that is also why cats always sit in boxes, because the Anunnaki want to get home to Nibiru, and if it fits, it ships.
If it fits, it ships. Oh, shit.
The end. Tinfoil hat disengaged. Hope you all enjoyed my fucking theory. I've been working on that one for a little while.
That shit crazy,
I'm proud of that one. That is an original theory. Anybody else who says otherwise can suck.
It makes sense, though. It really does.
My unit.
They're so adamant. And Cats are fucking assholes too, man. Like you
Oh,
can't,
yeah.
you can train a dog.
That's why they're always knocking shit over and testing gravity. Like, can I fucking go
And
home yet?
no,
They're waiting for August 7th, 2026.
They're also testing patience all the time, man.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys going to be ready for when shit doesn't fall?
We had a cat, and now it's back at my mom's house because it was AKA Shitty Kitty, and it would literally it's literally a shitty ass kitty. It would say, "No, I'm gonna go over here and puke because I know you're fixing to put your shoes on, so I'm gonna make you step in it because you're gonna come down here without your glasses on, motherfucker."
The worst.
Yeah,
The
AKA
worst.
Shitty Kitty.
Mom,
Mom viewing, you know what I'm talking about right now. She's probably back there cleaning that damn cat's mess up right now. But
oh yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have a cat mess when we get home in the morning. But I'm gonna take care of the pets in the morning. I got 6 pets I gotta take care of when I get to the house in the morning.
Well, I guess we'll
That's
wrap
depressing.
this episode up for the.
Oh yeah, dude, wrap it up like a Willie and a Jimmy.
Alrighty, folks.
Pop goes the weasel. Fuck you.
Y'all take it easy.
Deuces.
Until next time.